All right, let's talk about something every nonprofit leader knows all too well, the impact reporting grind. But what if I told you we can turn that chore into a genuine strategic advantage? That's what we're going to break down today. How to use AI to do just that. Let's get right into it.
I mean, this quote, it just says it all, doesn't it? You've been there. I've been there. It's that sinking feeling of spending weeks on reports that feel, well, like a total obligation. It's a pain point we all share in the nonprofit space.
And that grind, what does it really look like? Oh, it's digging through a dozen spreadsheets, trying to come up with some fresh, new way to describe the same amazing work you did last year, and don't even get me started on wrestling with formatting. Every single minute spent on that is time stolen from your real mission.
Okay, but here's the game changer. What if you had an assistant? A super smart, super efficient assistant who just handles all that grunt work for you. That is exactly how we should be looking at AI. It's not about replacing anyone. It's about automating the boring, mechanical stuff so your team can focus on strategy, on the big picture. The stuff that really moves the needle. And just look at what this assistant can do. We're talking about automatically pulling data, summarizing it, drafting huge chunks of your reports, even creating custom versions for different funders. Seriously, just imagine that for a second. The time-saving potential is absolutely massive. So you're probably thinking, okay, sounds great, but how do we actually do it? Well, it's not some kind of tech magic. It's a process. And we're going to walk through a really straightforward 5-phase workflow that you can literally take and start using right away.
All right, phase 1, data prep. And I can't stress this enough, this is the most important part of the whole shebang. Because here's the thing, AI is smart, but it's not a mind reader. It can't fix messy data. So you've got to make sure your numbers are clean, your metrics are standardized, calling clients everywhere, and that everything is spot-on accurate.
And believe me, this part pays dividends forever. Look, I know it feels like a lot of work up front, but think of it as a one-time investment. You get your data house in order once, and every single report from then on is faster, easier, and way more reliable. It's a total game changer.
Okay, so once your data is sparkling clean, we move on to phase 2. Creating the blueprint. This is where you tell the AI exactly what you want. Think of it like giving an architect a plan. You lay out the structure, the key sections, the metrics for each part, everything. This is how you guarantee you get a great result every time.
And here's a great, simple example of what that looks like. See how it's all laid out? Executive summary needs these key metrics. Highlights need this data. It's super clear. This is the kind of precise instruction manual the AI needs to create a really solid first draft for you.
All right, now we get to the fun part. Phase 3, where the magic happens. You take your clean data, you take your template, and you give the AI a really clear prompt. Something as simple as, hey, generate a 2025 impact report for my nonprofit using this data and this template. And then you just let it do its thing.
Okay, so the AI spits out a draft. Now what? Now comes maybe the most crucial step of all. Phase 4, human review. This is where your team's amazing expertise comes in. You have to fact-check every single number. You have to make sure the tone sounds like you. And most importantly, you have to weave in those powerful human stories that data can never, ever tell on its own.
And that's the key takeaway, right? AI does the heavy lifting. It creates the draft. But it's your team, your human judgment that makes it shine. It's that blend of machine speed and human soul that creates something truly powerful. And last but not least, phase 5, funder-specific customization. Now this is where you save a ridiculous amount of time. Instead of writing a new report from scratch for every single grant, you take your master report and just ask the AI to tweak it. You can spin up tailored versions that highlight exactly what each funder wants to see. So what does that actually look like? Well, say you're reporting to an education foundation. You'd tell the AI, emphasize the academic outcomes. But for a community foundation, you'd say, let's focus on the geographic impact in volunteer numbers. See? It's the same core data, you're just shining the spotlight on a different part of the stage for each audience.
Okay, this is super important. We have to talk about the guardrails, what not to automate. To use this tool well, you gotta know its limits. This is not about handing over the keys and letting a robot drive. It's about your team staying firmly in the driver's seat. Rule number 1, and it's a big one, don't automate storytelling, ever. AI is great with numbers, that's the mechanical part. But the stories, the heart and soul of your work, that requires real human emotion and judgment. Those have to come from you. And please, 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 don't skip fact-checking. I cannot say this loudly enough. AI can make mistakes. It can hallucinate facts. A human being must verify every single number before that report sees the light of day. Trust the tool, but verify everything.
And remember why we customize in the first place. Using the same report for everyone is a missed opportunity. When you tailor a report, you're sending a clear message to that funder. We hear you, we value what you care about. That's how you build real, lasting partnerships.
Now, if you get some hesitation from your team, this is the message to share. This is the key. You're not trying to automate them out of a job. You're trying to automate the drudgery so they can focus on the meaningful work. It's about empowering them to be more strategic, not less visible.
So let's talk about the real return on investment, because it's not just about getting reports done faster. The real win is what you and your team can now do with all that time you've reclaimed. That's the real magic.
And we're talking about a lot of time. Seriously, 30 to 50% time savings on report production is what we're seeing. Just take a second and think about that. What could your team achieve with that much extra time?
I mean, this slide just lays it out perfectly. Look at the trade you're making. You're getting rid of the mind-numbing data entry and formatting, and what do you get in return? Time for deeper analysis, time for better storytelling, time for real strategic work that actually pushes your mission forward. It's a no-brainer.
So, I want to leave you with a question to chew on. You don't need to boil the ocean here. Just think, what is one routine, repetitive reporting task you could automate this month? Just one. Start there. Because starting small is how you build momentum and start winning back that precious time for your mission.